The families of Newtown shooting victims may soon be closer to getting financial compensation from Alex Jones. For years, the Infowars host and conspiracy theorist called the 2012 shooting a hoax. The family sued and won to the tune of $1.5 billion. Jones then filed for bankruptcy, but today a judge will decide if he can liquidate his assets to pay up. Omar Villafranca spoke to two of the families, hoping to finally achieve some justice.
The reason that accountability is important for me is because that's part of the healing process.
For Robbie Parker, today's hearing is yet another step in his 12-year healing journey.
There's the forgiveness part that's a very internal and very sacred and personal thing. And then there's the things that you see in your life that have been impacted because of things that Alex Jones has done. And so that accountability helps bring another layer of closure.
Parker's daughter, Emily, a first grader, was one of the 26 people killed in the Sandy Hook school shooting. In the immediate aftermath, conspiracy theorist Alex Jones called the shooting a hoax, and the parents and children involved, crisis actors. His followers threatened and harassed parents for years. But facing defamation lawsuits brought by the families, he relented in court.
It's 100% real.
And judges in Texas and Connecticut ordered him to pay families $1.5 billion.
I lost my own power. I lost my voice for a long time. I felt like I couldn't be who I was, and I really disconnected from that for a really long time. It took me joining this lawsuit to finally start to be able to find and reclaim some of those things again.
Today's hearing could lead to a liquidation of Jones's assets to start payment, including his online platform Infowars, where he peddled the Sandy Hook lies.
If that platform goes away that he had, is there any satisfaction in that?
In the sense that that's, unfortunately, in this case, what accountability looks like.
The amount of the verdicts in these cases in Texas and Connecticut is extraordinarily high, but we have to remember how extraordinary the damages were.
CBS News legal analyst Ricky Kleeman says, if granted, this liquidation could be just the beginning of Jones's financial burden.
Is he still on the hook if he starts a new business?
In a case involving defamation, where the injuries that are sustained come from someone who has acted maliciously and willfully, that debt, if you will, is not extinguished. They can continue to go to seek more.
For Scarlett Lewis, like Robbie Parker, financial relief is secondary in her fight for her son, Jesse.
You can forgive someone, but that doesn't mean that you forget. They need to be held accountable so that they don't do it to someone else.
This hearing comes at a poignant time in these parents' lives. Jesse Lewis and Emily Parker would have graduated high school on Wednesday, their former classmates wearing green and white pins to honor their memory.
I am really excited to see what they do with their lives. You can definitely find purpose in your pain.
Robbie Parker's purpose these days is to make sure his daughter's story is told truthfully.
I love hearing stories about Emily, even if they're not like dad stories that you get sick of after 50 times, right? They're meaningful and they're amazing and they're awesome.
The hearing starts at 10 a.m. local time. Alex Jones is on the witness list, but it's unclear if he's going to show up in court. We reached out to his attorney, but did not hear back. If he shows up in court, Robbie Parker tells me it won't bother him at all. He's more focused on accountability and justice for his daughter. Back to you.
Omar, thank you.
That's what everybody's thinking. I hope he does show up. He should face those families face to face. I mean, that thing is so painful. I reached out to one of the mothers, Nelba Marquez Green, her little daughter, Anna, you know, because we've done a lot of coverage about the graduation, and she said that this anniversary, this graduation, was even more painful than the anniversary. She described it as knee-buckling pain. So just think about it. I just called to check on her yesterday because this has all been in the news. Then you see a story like that, what Alex Jones has done to deny what those people went through.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking.
Which also,
angry.
it sets ablaze to other conspiracy theorists out there
Exactly,
who
Nate.
attack these families that are dealing with the worst thing a parent can deal with.
Yes.
What he did was odious and repulsive, and it can never be enough money to repay and to assuage the feelings that these families have. But I hope today that when the judge renders that judgment, that we never have to hear about it.
Adds another layer of closure.
I hope it sends a big message.
Yeah.